And welcome to the Movie Madhouse. I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
And yeah, we are here by ourselves.
Yeah, it's creepy.
I know, right? Who's going to moderate us? We need an adult in the room. No, we had someone that was going to come on. They couldn't quite put a list together fast enough, so they're going to take a rain check and come on for another show.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I was looking forward to it, but
yes,
I'll get over it.
We'll get them on here. Don't you worry.
All right.
Don't you worry. I'm guessing that's what the name is all about there.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Because of the topic, I just thought it appropriate. These are the roles that I've played.
In actual plays.
Yes.
Since today we are doing top 10 films based on plays.
Yeah. So I was Potiphar in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I was Cogsworth in Beauty and the Beast, and I was Mr. Fezziwig in A Christmas Carol.
Fezziwig.
Fezziwig. That was Scrooge's boss when he was younger.
I love that name, Fezziwig.
And there's a whole dance scene dedicated to my character, the Fezziwig Ball. Fezziwig's annual Christmas ball.
I do not remember any dance scenes in A Christmas Carol.
Well, depends on which version you've watched, because it does come up in a couple of them.
Really?
Yes. But when I played that role, that has my absolute best moment on stage. Because there's a big dance number.
Really?
And I'm not light on my feet. So, but we were able to cover my goofs, my missteps, because I was holding a beer.
Very nice.
Just lean into the drunkenness. On closing night, with my whole family in the audience, I did the dance as near perfect as I possibly could. Like, I could not have been happier with it.
Nice.
Grew up to be more fanatic.
Greg says, true story, James was a real life young version of Billy Elliot, but grew up to be a movie fanatic. And Greg would know.
Never even seen that movie.
What? You've seen every movie.
Just most.
I've never watched it either, so.
Actually, neither have I. So we're all on that page. All right. Well, let's get to our topic. And I guess, Jason, that puts you first.
Whoa. Well, my number 10 is the film is from 1978. The original production, the play, opened in 1974. We're going with The Wiz.
Oh, snap. I forgot about that. Yes.
I've always
Everyone's frozen.
Uh-oh. We're losing James.
Except me.
It's like an Indiana Jones segment. Me.
Everything's moving fine over here. Can you hear us, James?
There you are. You guys are back.
Okay.
Good. Hey, everyone.
You never saw that movie? No, I didn't. I just never got around to it. I know it stars Jamie Bell.
Go for the good movie. Oh, you leave out the good movies and go for the obscure ones.
That's usually his MO.
Mm-hmm.
So, James, did you hear what my number 10?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, my number 10 is The Wiz from 1978.
Oh, yeah. Is that the one with Michael Jackson?
Yes. Michael Jackson, Diana Ross.
I never saw that one.
It was... it's very culturally significant because of it being a entirely African-American cast. But it's such an interesting take on Wizard of Oz. Such a great Motown switch that just plays. We just rewatched it like a month ago, and it still works.
I have to watch it. I haven't watched it in forever. All I know, I'm fascinated right now. We nailed 2 movies back to back James hadn't seen.
Let's see how long we can keep the streak going.
Right? Okay, James, what's your number 10?
My number 10 is from 2004. It is based on the play of the same name. It is Closer.
I know that one.
That's the one with Clive Owen, Natalie Portman, Julie Roberts, and Jude Law.
I didn't know that was based on a play.
Yeah, based on a play by the same name. But in the play, I believe it says that Clive Owen played Jude Law's part. I think Clive Owen might be the only one who transferred over from the play.
Yeah, I actually got one on my list where the actor from the play was in the film.
Well, there was one that I almost put on there. It's The Shape of Things by Neil LaBute. And that one has, I think it's Rachel Weisz, Paul Rudd, and a few other actors. And they all played the same roles that they played on stage, and they transferred over to the movie.
Oh, that's neat. I like it when they do that.
Yeah.
I saw that in, what was it? Death at a Funeral with Peter Dinklage being in the British and American version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen the British version. The British version is hysterical.
Oh, the American's not bad. I got to admit.
Yeah.
It's got
That-
Nice.
That's one I've never gotten around to, but I've always heard good things, particularly because of Dinklage.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And Alan Tudyk. Is it Alan Tudyk? Yes.
In the British
Alan
one?
Tudyk is in the British one. Alan Tudyk does a great British accent, but he's hilarious in there.
That just jumped up my list big time.
Now it's a gotta see.
Now it absolutely Dinklage and Tudyk together. Come on, yes, please.
Well, I see. My number 10 is from 1989. I fell in love with the movie and watched it, and then found out it was actually based on a play. Jessica Tandy and Morgan Freeman in Driving Miss Daisy.
Oh, I did not know. For some reason, I didn't see that on the list.
Yep.
I have not seen that.
What? Oh my!
I've never had any interest in it.
This is like one of the signs of the apocalypse.
Yeah. Oh,
You start
I'm
seeing
scared.
locusts. I'm done.
Hmm.
No, I think the screen's just gonna go blank. Like the internet was gonna crash. Like,
Yep. Yep. Then the devil will come up. Oh.
yeah.
But yeah, Driving Miss Daisy, man, it's worth a watch, James, just to watch it because Jessica Tandy is so good in this film. You know, I adore her.
It's one of those roles that there is no question why she won the Oscar. Like,
yeah,
it's just hands down one of the greatest performances. It's that damn good.
Nice.
So that is my number 10.
Very nice. It for some reason did not come up on my lists.
Really?
Yeah, that's weird.
This was a weird one to search out.
Yeah, I had to go through like 3 different lists because I knew there was some that weren't coming up.
Same
So
here.
I maybe Driving Miss Daisy was on there and I just missed. I just skipped it entirely. But that's weird. But yeah, great movie.
Number 9, Jason.
My number 9. Now, I don't want any arguments and I don't want to hear nothing out of you. Okay? That should tell you what movie this is.
Jaws is based on a play.
I didn't say it.
No. But I'm going with 1982's Annie.
Oh.
Okay? We are not going to mention any other version of Annie. Okay? The 1982 version for me is stellar. It's fantastic. A special place in my heart forever. Now, I've been told that the remake that they did in, I think, the early 2000s or something, not the one that we're not talking about.
No, I know the one you're
really
talking about. Daddy Warbucks was played by that Canadian actor whose name escapes me.
I don't know who played him. All I know is Kathy Bates played Miss Hannigan.
Okay.
So, and I have not seen that version, but I heard it is good. But the 82 version for me is just like the perfect rendition.
Okay. I'm trying to read this. It's in the private chat from James. Thing about it being very snowy. Oh.
What?
No. Very, very,
Hey, Hey, hey. No, stop.
I'm not saying a word.
Just
Snow?
stop. Rob's trying to be funny.
No, Rob is being funny.
Stop. James, what's your number 9?
I have no idea what he's talking about, so I'll just go. My number 9 is from 1991, based in part, at least in part, on Shakespeare's Henry IV. It is Gus Van Sant's My Own Private Idaho.
See, that came up on my list, but I've never watched it. I want to.
It is
Same
an
here.
interesting movie. The dialogue is very unique in this movie. But you have Keanu Reeves and River Phoenix out in front.
That's one of the reasons why it's always been on my radar, and I've just never gone to it, because that just sounds like such an interesting duo to see together.
Yeah, and I didn't watch it until just a few years ago, so it had been around for a long time before I finally got around to watching it.
Yeah, I'm in that boat, because if I get to watch it, it'll be now.
I think I know why. I think I know. Okay, River Phoenix, definitely a draw. But at that time, for me, Keanu Reeves was just Bill and Ted. Like,
it was around that time, because this was 1991. Yeah,
I never took him. I know he did some more serious stuff in and around then. I never saw any of it.
Oh,
so, no. He was just Bill and Ted. Honestly, for me, for Keanu, I don't think I've watched anything of him other than Bill and Ted, Johnny Mnemonic, and then John Wick and The Matrix. Like
Point Break.
Oh, Point Break. But there's a lot of the more dramatic stuff in there I've never watched.
4 Days.
Yeah,
in November, Scanner Darkly.
Scanner Darkly. I haven't seen River's Edge. Apparently, he's pretty notable for that one too. One of his first films, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think there's one called The Gift or something where he plays a real jerk. Like,
The Gift is good. Him, Kate Blanchett, Greg Kinnear, Katie Holmes. It's a Sam Raimi film.
And I heard
SpongeBob.
He's just such a jerk in it. But
SpongeBob?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the SpongeBob movies, but I have seen the movie Keanu, where he does the voice of the kitten. That is a funny movie.
He is a tumbleweed in the newest SpongeBob film.
Wow.
Really?
A tumbleweed named Sage.
Huh.
Yep. You can't get past that. Trust me. All right. My number 9. I hazard to say this might be the oldest film on the list. Well, until my next one. 1957.
Oh, yeah.
The film adaptation of 12 Angry Men.
With Henry Fonda?
Yes.
That is a great movie.
See, that is one of those classics that I've just never watched, and I kick myself. And just today, I was talking about this topic with Xander, and he couldn't remember the title exactly, but I told him to guess, and I told him it was based on a play, not a musical. And he's like, "Man, as somebody angry, like." So he's heard of it vaguely.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah. I thought that was really interesting that he has heard of that.
It's worth the watch. Like I said, they did a remake. It was okay, but nothing like the 1957 one is great.
Okay.
Yeah, I have my dad to thank for getting me to watch that one.
See, he educated you.
And see, my dad wasn't really a classic film guy ever, so.
My father, I think we watched Gargoyles, and that's about as classic as it got. All right, Jason, number 8.
All right, my number 8 is from 2012. I'm going to go with the Oscar-winning Les Miserables.
Oh, nice.
I know some purists do hate on it a bit, and especially for Russell Crowe. But for me, I thought every performance was spot on. Like we thoroughly enjoy that film.
It is a great film for being one of the few musicals where I don't believe there's a single piece of dialogue that isn't sung.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you'll sing and then you'll talk and you'll sing and talk. It's just completely sung.
Yep.
And that
it is.
I can sing.
Yes.
You know, some stronger than others, sure, but the performances were still just fantastic.
The singing is just a portion of it,
right?
Yeah.
And who doesn't get crushed by Anne Hathaway's performance?
I have to not a musical fan normally, and once I heard a couple bad reviews on this one, it was like, so I didn't touch it.
I that's understandable. If musicals aren't really your thing, it is hard to even attempt them.
I'm so particular. Like, I love Phantom of the Opera.
Yes.
But maybe Moulin Rouge, and then that's it. That's my entire catalog of musicals right there. So maybe I should branch out a little bit. Maybe.
Doesn't hurt to try.
Yeah. All right. Well, James, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is from 2011, based on, again, the play of the same name, play by Tracy Letts, who's done a few that William Friedkin has directed. One of them is this one. It is Killer Joe. Matthew McConaughey, Emile Hirsch. Yeah, the cop who's also a killer for hire.
I have never heard of this one. This sounds good.
Oh,
it is a great movie. Gina Gershon's also in there. Oh yeah. Oh, I loved it.
Maybe I won't like it. Couldn't help it.
let me just say this. Watch the movie with this in the back of your head. Wait for the chicken wing.
What?
That's all I'm going to say.
Gotta watch it.
That's all I'm going to say.
Now I have to watch it because I'll be laying in my bed in the middle of the night. What the hell does chicken wing mean? And I will get up, I will find it, and I will watch it.
Yes. No, it is a great movie with a rare villain performance by Matthew McConaughey. He just gets hired by Emile Hirsch because they hear this guy named Killer Joe, and he's also a Texas lawman who moonlights as a killer for hire. And he hires them to can't remember who he's hiring him to kill, but he becomes infatuated with Emile Hirsch's sister, played by Juno Temple, and sort of takes her as retainer for his fees.
Interesting.
And it's a little twisted, but yeah, McConaughey is awesome in it.
All right, I might have to give that a shot.
And the chicken wing.
Yes, that's all right. Well, my number 8 is now the oldest one because I can't see an older date. 1953, and this is I continue to watch this and the sequel, which came out in the 90s. 1953, Peter Pan. I love this cartoon. And then Hook follow-up. Yeah, to me, that is canon right there. That is all happening.
Yeah, that's a great setup. It works. It worked on every note.
Cartoon.
It's been too long since I've watched that.
It was a long time for me, and then I watched it, and I've watched it like 3 or 4 times now with Disney Plus. Yeah, it's very bad that I have that because I'm rewatching a lot of these older ones now.
Yeah, that's not entirely a bad thing.
Yeah, it wastes my time. You know, I got stuff I should be doing.
Okay, I feel you there.
Hey, it's Rhonda. Hey guys, my favorite is The Taming of the Shrew by William Shakespeare with Elizabeth Taylor. I don't think I've seen her in that one. What year was that? Let me find out here. The Taming.
Or you could say 10 Things About You, which is based on Taming of the Shrew.
1967. Richard Burton and Elizabeth. Why am I not surprised they're together? Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor. Okay. I think I have another show I have to watch now. Thanks, Rhonda. My list is getting bigger again. Okay, Jason, number 7.
All right, my number 7 is from 2014, and it is such a fantastic film. But the premise of the entire show is so interesting. It's The Last 5 Years.
I keep hearing about this movie. I forgot about it.
It's Anna Kendrick and Jeremy Jordan, and they play a couple. And as the film starts, it's a sad song with Anna Kendrick. She's at the end of the relationship. And then the next song is Jeremy Jordan, and it's happy and upbeat, and he's at the beginning of the relationship. And as the film progresses, it flips back and forth between them at different points in the relationship. You're following her backwards, and you're following him forwards.
So this is another one where the title is the length of the relationship.
Yes.
So what is that? There's 3 out now I can think of.
Okay.
Because there's this one.
Uh-huh.
There's 9.5 weeks.
Yeah.
And 4 days in November.
Yeah.
Apparently this will not be a topic because there's only 3.
There might be more. You just have to dig a little deeper.
Yeah. I've never heard of this one.
No?
I've heard of it, but I hadn't got around to watching it.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't really like a massive hit, but it is a very, very popular film, very, very popular show. Some of the songs are there's some fun songs, of course, but a lot of it is just really emotional and sweeping. It's a very crushing story as it progresses.
Don't you find it amazing that huge actors like Anna Kendrick, and I see this in other people, they suddenly have a film just pop up out of nowhere, and you're like, when did that get filmed?
Oh, there was one with her that I thought that exact same thing.
Get a Job.
I've never heard of that.
Table 19, I think.
Table 19 or Table 39. Yeah, it was a high number, and it was the Table of the Freaks.
Yeah, and that was a good. Her and Wyatt Russell's in that one. But there was one that she did called, I think, Get a Job, and it's her and Miles Teller and Bryan Cranston.
Really?
Whoa!
And it's kids in the job workforce and stuff like that, and it's a cute little movie. But yeah, a lot of the stars are doing a lot more direct to videos because it's work.
Yeah, it always amazes me that you don't hear about it at least filming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially
with that lineup, that's a solid lineup.
Yeah.
James, I'm surprised you don't have 10 Things I Hate About You, which is loosely based off Taming of the Shrew.
I just said that, but no, it's not on my list. I think it's a pretty good movie, but it didn't make this one. This is a really good list.
Well, in that case, what's your number 7?
My number 7 from 2001, based on the play of the same name. Once again, it's a Richard Linklater film called Tape. Stars Ethan Hawke, Uma Thurman, and Robert Sean Leonard. All takes place in one motel room.
See, now that's cool. That's called efficiency when filming.
And it is awesome. Ethan Hawke plays sort of a scuzzy character that he's getting his friend back that he hasn't seen since like the high school reunion, and he gets him to meet him in a motel room, but he has an ulterior motive by starts conversation starters and stuff like that, and then Uma Thurman comes in later. And it was one of the early films when they started shooting films on high def, so it has that really home video look to it, but the acting makes you forget about all that.
Greg says, tape? What? Didn't even make the bargain bin.
Yeah.
This is a hard one to find. I have never seen it. I don't think I've ever seen it in the store. I had to get it previously viewed when I worked at Rogers.
Greg says, sorry, James, I won't pick on you anymore.
That's okay, Greg.
He's used to it. Okay, my number 7. This is the one that I said where one of the actors from the actual play came up and was in the film. And it's Michael Shannon. From 2006, he starred in the film with Ashley Judd called Bugs.
Oh, this almost on my list because this is another one written by Tracy Letts, who also wrote Killer Joe.
Dude, that is one of the trippiest films I have ever watched and continue to watch. I don't know why, but
It's awesome.
yeah, it is a weird fascination film where you sit back and go, no, that's wow. It is a trip.
It barely missed my list.
Is it watching a car wreck?
Kind of. It's basically two drug addicted people in a room, and
they convince themselves that they found microscopic bugs underneath their skin. And they completely isolate themselves from everyone else. It's really, really good.
The walls are covered in tinfoil and they have weird lighting. Like you will never see set design like this anywhere else.
I had no idea that this list was going to leading to so many interesting flicks.
Right?
Jeez.
Welcome.
Neither did I.
Jason, number 6.
All right. My number 6, a lot of the Broadway cast did transfer to the film. And this is going to be 2005's Rent.
Nice.
I almost put that on there. But Greg said, what a great title.
Rent's a good movie.
Yeah,
I never saw the play.
I think only one, maybe two of the actors didn't carry over.
Oh yeah,
that's one of those films we go back to a lot. It's we even listened to some of the music from that one on a fairly regular basis. One or two of the songs we loved.
And see, I still have not watched it. It's one of the few Rosario Dawson films I've never watched.
Have you seen Kids?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but she's like, I don't know. She's not in it as much, right?
No. I found out years later that she was in it. I'm like, where? I don't remember. Because she's not one of the main people.
No.
And that's not a movie you want to enjoy.
No.
Okay. Well, James, what is your number 6?
My number 6 is from 2000. It is, I believe the play is the same name. I think it's
X-Men.
Quills. No, it's not X-Men. Quills. It's a movie about the Marquis de Sade. You've got Jeffrey Rush, Joaquin Phoenix, Kate Winslet, and Michael Caine in there.
Great list.
So you got Joaquin Phoenix as the priest who goes to try to counsel the Jeffrey Rush, who's the Marquis de Sade, who's committed to an asylum, and he just keeps smuggling out his filthy stories and stuff however he can. When they take away his paper, he writes on clothing. When they take away his clothing, he writes on the walls, and he writes in feces, and he writes in blood, and it's such a well done movie, and probably one of the most informative commentary tracks I've ever listened to.
Okay.
So
I gotta say, this is why we keep him around. We get these interesting films. My number 6 is from 2007, and I think this is where I start getting a few musicals added to my list. And the first one is a really good one. Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter, Sweeney Todd, The Demon's Barber of Fleet Street.
Oh yeah, I finally watched this last year, I think.
Johnny can sing.
Johnny can sing.
I have not watched it. I've been meaning to for like 3 or 4 years now, and I just haven't gotten to it.
I owned it for a hell of a lot longer than that before I finally watched it.
I watched it a couple years ago for the first time, and since then I've watched it maybe 3 times.
And that's what I hear.
I'm very surprised to see a musical that's so, I mean, Cannibal the Musical aside, a serious musical that's so incredibly violent.
It's a little dark, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's got some dark moments.
Yeah, but at least its dark moments kind of make sense, unlike Repo the Genetic Opera.
Oh, that's a brutal movie. It's good. It's good, but it's brutal.
It is.
Well done. All right. That puts us to number 5, Jason.
All right, my number 5 from 1982, featuring Dolly Parton, Burt Reynolds, Dom DeLuise, the best little whorehouse in Texas.
It's charming.
I adore this film, especially for Dolly Parton, because she's just so fantastic. And her rendition, the original version of I Will Always Love You, is, in my book, the superior version of that song.
I remember it was like within the last year, year or two that I found out that it wasn't originally a Whitney Houston song.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people didn't realize that.
I love stuff like that, though, where you can surprise people. Oh, there we go. Great movie, Rhonda said. But it's fun when you can surprise people and go, wait, that's not the original? I've come across a couple just recently that I found out were cover songs. And it's like, what?
Well, there's any number of ones you think are original, like Tiffany's I Think We're Alone Now. That was the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
And then and the other half of the songs are by Elvis.
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, their song Woodstock. I did not know that was a cover.
Their song what?
Woodstock.
I don't know that one.
We are stardust. We are gold. We all came for what we are. So I can't remember, but it's iconic. But it was actually Joni Mitchell.
Wow.
You know, I love stuff like that where you get surprised. And then the other one is finding out people who wrote the songs that people are singing. You know, written by Prince.
There was one I felt really embarrassed about because I had the GNR Lies album, and I had finally listened to the other half that had the one half that has Patience and Used to Love Her and stuff, and the other half that has the live version of Guns N' Roses doing Mamakin. And I was telling my best friend Bevan, was like, blah blah blah, Mamakin by Guns N' Roses. He's like, dude, it's an Aerosmith song. I'm like, no, it says Guns N' Roses right here.
Isn't that the Use Your Illusion album, 1 and 2?
No, it's Lies.
Yeah, it was on Lies.
Yeah.
Lies is 2 albums?
No, it's 1. Use Your Illusion is 2 albums, but Mamakin is on Lies.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is definitely Aerosmith because I know the Aerosmith version.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And then see, growing up, of course, Smoking in the Boys' Room, that was always Motley Crue. But no,
it
was actually done by the Brownsville Station before that.
What?
Right? Yeah.
See, mind blown.
And Power Station, they did Bang a Gong. Yeah, that was by T-Rex originally.
That title sounds familiar.
Bang a Gong, you'd probably recognize it if you heard it because it was the band got together for one album and that was it.
Oh, okay.
Robert Palmer, the 2 Taylors from Duran Duran, and the drummer from Genesis. They formed this band.
Yeah, Phil Collins?
No. The other drummer. Okay, James, number 5.
You say me or Jason?
You.
Oh, okay.
You're still James.
I am still James. My number 5 is from 1990, based on the play of the same name. It is Tom Stoppard's, written and directed by Tom Stoppard, based on his own play. It is Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. Yes. Gary Oldman and Tim Roth and Richard Dreyfuss.
And see, that almost made my list, but I don't watch it enough.
It left an impression on me the 1 or 2 times I've seen it. It is just so funny. Those two bouncing off each other the whole movie. I think Jason forgot about it.
No, I haven't forgot about it. I can't watch all these movies, guys.
Okay.
We're
overloading him.
I don't have the time. This is another where I heard the title, I know the basic premise, but I didn't know who was in it. And now that I hear the lineup, God damn it, I gotta watch it.
Yes. I will say, don't get it mixed up with Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Undead. That was a more recent comedy. It's not very good.
No,
definitely not the same. But yeah, this is one of the first ones that introduced me to Gary Oldman.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I think I had seen The Professional and a few other things before going back to this, but I had taken home the VHS, I think, when I worked at Rogers, and then when I found the 2-disc DVD set for this, I'm like, yep, mine.
I can understand that. It's so worth the watch.
Yeah.
Damn it. I'm getting angry.
We're loading Jason right down here.
Well, you won't have to worry about my next one.
Okay.
You will have to worry about mine if you haven't seen it. Okay. From 1996, an Americanized version of this play. They actually translated the name from French into the actual English words with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane, The Birdcage.
Mm.
It is fantastic. Just didn't make my list.
I will say, I thought that movie was hilarious. I think I only ever saw it the one time in the theater, though.
I've watched this at least a dozen times. It is just so much fun.
It's one I need to revisit. It's been a very long time. I know I did enjoy it and it was funny, but I haven't gone back to it.
Yeah, same here.
Well, now that you're getting a list put together, time to go back to it. Add it to the list. What could go wrong, right?
Oh, well, I think I'm up to 7.
8 now. Number 4, Jason, what do you got?
Back to me already. Holy cow. We're going to go with, just iconic. Grease is the word, man. 1978.
Dude, that's my number 4.
It still works.
Oh, you two.
Mm-hmm. Grease,
Shush.
man.
Come on, it is what it is. And then when you hear that fan theory or whatever, that it's all like a dream of her on her way out, kind of thing.
She died in the ocean at the beginning.
Yeah.
Some people just love coming up with batshit insane theories.
But it's the only way to explain the flying car.
That fades
It's a
out of
movie.
existence. Right?
No, the flying car, that's the only explanation.
I think what they should do is splice in the flying car segment that Kevin Smith did for the Clerks special edition. Tell me you wouldn't do that for the flying car.
Maybe Dante was dead at the beginning, the entire episode or the entire movie.
Have you
thought I knew you, man.
That would
Have you seen the alternate ending?
That would explain Jay and Silent Bob.
I have. I've seen the work print of the movie. It's not as good because, Dante dies, but
see?
Yeah. So the flying car is probably him after he got shot. I'm going to tweet Kevin and find out.
It all makes sense now.
I think, I thought it was going to be when they're on their way to the funeral, but that was an animated segment. So it could have taken place after Clerks proper. Sure.
After I'm going to tweet Kevin and find out.
New fan theory.
He might respond.
No, very, very possible. Yes.
Jay, what's your number 4?
My number 4 from 1992, based on the play by Aaron Sorkin, A Few Good Men.
That's my number 1. Yeah. Yes. There we go.
This is 2 weeks in a row, Rob.
Yep. I know, right? This is perfect. Yeah,
I couldn't not.
Yeah.
There was another movie that I thought I couldn't not, but I ended up cutting it from it, and that was, and I don't know if it's on your list. You don't have to respond if it is. That was Glengarry Glen Ross, because it's a great movie, but everyone's favorite part is at the beginning, and the rest of the movie does not measure up to Alec Baldwin, who was not in the original play. That was created for the movie.
That I didn't know.
So I don't know that I'd want to see the regular play without Alec Baldwin in there.
Well, it's right now with A Few Good Men. It's cool that Alan Sorkin did the screenplay as well. I can't
Yeah.
hear that project without those people in that role, like Jack Nicholson. If he's not there, it's not the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah. But that movie's fantastic all the way through.
Yeah.
The reason it's my number one is it's quite possibly, or if it's not the top, it's very near the top of the movie I've rewatched the most.
Ditto.
I go back
it's up
to
there
it a couple times a year. I rewatch that film.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that 3 times in the theaters at least. And I don't know how many times since.
Awesome pick. Awesome pick. Too bad it wasn't higher, but we'll take it.
I still get chills during that entire exchange between Cruise and Nicholson. It still gives me goosebumps.
It's because of the power that's going on in there.
Yeah.
And I got to admit, that's one of Cruise's best roles. People say he can't act, blah, blah, blah. I think you look at that film, you see an actor.
Yes. Hands down.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon, Kiefer Sutherland,
Mm-hmm. Cuba Gooding Jr. for 2 seconds.
Yeah. And the stories I keep hearing with interviews on YouTube from Kevin Pollak, Rob Reiner, the director and stuff, about Jack Nicholson, who made like millions of dollars for like a week's work on the film, but the intensity you see in the movie, he stayed around to do off-camera work for the actors when he wasn't even there, and did the intensity off camera as well as in the original table read.
That does not surprise me at all, especially if you've ever seen that clip of him getting himself amped up for the axe chopping scene.
Yeah.
No.
Jack doesn't
yeah. The behind the scenes of The Shining, yes.
Yeah.
Jack does not have a halfway,
No.
He loves acting.
All right, Jason, number 3.
All right, my number 3, because it had to be on here. 1975, The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That's 2 weeks in a row.
It is what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's Rocky Horror. It is iconic. There's a reason why nobody can seem to recreate it on a film or in that kind of format, because the live version just didn't quite. It had some good moments, but didn't quite work. But it's just so much fun.
It is iconic, especially for its live performances and its interaction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those rare films that encourages full audience participation.
Isn't it just Rocky Horror or The Room, pretty much?
I
never hear anything about any other play or movie in live performances where they have such audience participation. It's The Room or Rocky Horror.
Those are the 2 biggest ones, yes. But I feel like I might have heard of others, but I'm drawing a blank right now.
Unless there's like a
Grease. It's definitely a limited thing. I guess I don't know. Ash or the Evil Dead the musical has the splash zone.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it is a very limited crowd.
I'm curious on that now.
Oh,
I don't think there'd be a top 10.
Okay, no, even this one. Because I looked it up, and it says movies that have or should have audience participation.
Okay.
And I'm seeing The Labyrinth. I'm seeing Wizard of Oz. I'm seeing Mary Poppins. So, yeah.
Interesting choices.
But I just know how accurate that is. All right, James, number 3.
Number 3. My number 3 is from 1993, based on a play of the same name. It is 6 Degrees of Separation.
I saw this come up, but I've never watched it.
It's one of Will Smith's first movies, and still to this day, I think it's one of his finest acting performances. Him as a con man, street hustler, working his way into these rich people's lives. But you've also got Stockard Channing, Donald Sutherland, Ian McKellen, Heather Graham, Bruce Davison, Anthony Michael Hall, Daniel Van Bargen, Anthony Rapp, J.J. Abrams playing one of the children of one of the rich people. in one of his rare acting roles.
Yeah, you had
Such
me
a
tell Anthony Michael Hall, and it was like, nope.
he has why?
Dude,
You
there's
don't
a
like
reason,
Anthony Michael Hall?
there's a reason I love Edward Scissorhands.
He's not in that. That's why
he's
you
in
love it. I don't remember where.
I take it he won't be invited to CK Expo.
He is, yeah, no, he
Why?
is the boyfriend of Winona Ryder in Edward Scissorhands.
He gets stabbed.
Skewered.
All right. Anyway, he has a great role in the movie, but I think it's a fantastically written movie and one of Will Smith's best acting performances.
Yeah, I've never seen it either, so
I do have to check it out. And
Oddly enough, they talk about Will Smith's character talks about because he claims to be the son of Sidney Poitier, and that his father is planning on doing a live version of the Broadway play Cats.
interesting.
And he's saying this to Ian McKellen, who ended up appearing in it.
Okay, guys, we got to start being good. Pam's here now.
okay. Best behavior. All right.
Yeah, Pam's here. We got to be good now. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, 6 degrees separation. We all have to watch it.
And 6 degrees of separation is what gave us the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon game.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Mine is from 1986. And I think this is the last musical on my list. But when you have iconic songs sung by, Rick Moranis, Steve Martin, Bobby Brown, okay, Little Shop of Horrors, it is incredible. See, Pam says, yes, be good or else. You got an or else in there. That yeah.
I quit.
You quit?
I quit.
Why?
I forgot Little Shop of Horrors.
What?
I completely blanked on it. 100%.
Yeah. That's it.
Just that was the last stage thing I did.
Yes, it was. That's why I wondered if I'd get to it before you did. Apparently, yes.
Oh, I am so angry at myself.
Well, now I'm curious what your next two are. So it's good.
Well, he already said A Few Good Men's is number one.
Right. Yeah. It's just my number two, but
actually, yeah, that's
Little Shop of Horrors. Come on.
Jason and I only have number two left.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I can't get past this Little Shop of Horrors thing. I'm sorry. I'm wounded. I've wounded myself.
Well, here, we're going to distract you. What's your number two?
Okay, my number two. This should also come as no surprise.
Look at that.
What?
You froze. There you go. You're back.
Oh, okay. That was weird. This should come as no surprise from last week's. I think it was last week's 2007's Hairspray.
I figured. Although I didn't know for sure because I wasn't sure if it was based on a play.
Okay, this has some gymnastics involved. Hairspray was a film. The musical was made into a play. The movie I'm referencing is based on the musical play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, Jason, please slap yourself.
How could you forget? Oh, here he goes.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
I felt that one over here. Hope you're happy, Pam. Jason will never forget.
I'm very disappointed in myself.
It's going to show the next 7 lists, whether it fits there or not.
Yeah.
Got Hairspray. Great choice. John Travolta steals that film.
That role is a dream role for me. Like that is definitely a dream role. So yeah, I just adore that film. It's also one of Crystal's favorites. So it's watched almost monthly around here.
Pam approves. LOL. I felt that. Thank you. Good slap. All right, James. What's your number two?
My number 2, I believe this trumps yours for the oldest one on the list.
Oh, really?
It is from 1950, and it is based on the 1944 play of the same name. It is the Jimmy Stewart classic Harvey.
I
Oh.
saw that and I love it, but I've only watched it twice.
I have watched this probably a dozen times at least. If I ever got into acting, it is because of Jimmy Stewart's role in this movie.
That is awesome. Good pick. Very, very good pick.
It's
on that list of classics that I haven't gotten to.
It's just probably the most charming performance I've ever seen in a film.
Pam says, James, can you slap yourself just because you're James? Oh, he gave the wind up too.
Whoa. Jeez.
That's your one freebie, Pam.
That was awesome. Oh, but yes.
You sure
Harvey,
this isn't episode 400?
It feels like it, doesn't it? Man. Yes, Harvey, great choice. You know, James Stewart and his imaginary rabbit friend, how can you go wrong?
Yeah.
Like literally.
Mm-hmm. I need to watch it.
LMAO. Thank you. Great slap, Pam said.
We aim to please.
Okay, my number 2, and I just realized it has some songs in it, so I guess technically it's a musical, but it's also animated. And this made me love Hank Azaria's voice work, along with Meg Ryan, was Kelsey Grammer, just so many in this. Christopher Lloyd, and it is 1997's Anastasia.
Oh, nice. Bartok. That fell right out there, sir. I love Bartok. You know,
that is one of the very few Disney films I've never watched.
That's because it's not Disney.
It's not?
No, that's DreamWorks, I think. I'm gonna find out, but yeah, it's definitely not Disney.
Okay, well, it's of that ilk. We'll say.
Oh, yeah,
I've never watched it.
I think John Cusack's in there too.
Yes, he is. I'm just pulling.
I saw that one, and then I saw the direct to VHS sequel, Bartok the Magnificent.
Bernadette Peters, Kirsten Dunst, Angela Lansbury, Andrea Martin. Yeah, like Lacey.
It's a pretty stacked voice cast.
Jim Cummings. Oh, I was gonna say he says Rasputin, but I'm going Christopher Lloyd. But no, Jim Cummings did the Rasputin singing voice.
Oh, okay.
Very cool. Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with this one. And then the follow-up, Bartok the Magnificent. It's Bartok, you know.
See, I don't know who that is. So,
have you not watched? Oh yeah, you haven't. It's a little cutest little white albino bat that starts out helping Christopher Lloyd's Rasputin, the bad guy, because it's based on the story of Anastasia, the Tsar's daughter during the revolution.
Yeah,
the whole family was wiped out. They think Anastasia's still alive, so John Cusack and Kelsey Grammer find this girl who looks like her, and they're going to trick the Duchess into believing it's actually Anastasia, Meg Ryan's character. It turns out it is, but Rasputin comes back from the dead with, Bartok as his sidekick, although that doesn't last long, and tries to kill Anastasia. Oh, it's such a fun movie.
There's another one on the list.
Definitely. I'd say that one watch tonight. That's because it's my number 2. And that puts us at number 1 with Jason and I agreeing yet again on A Few Good Men.
So good.
Yep. But James, that leaves you, buddy. It's your show.
All right. My number 1 is from 1999. It's based on the play Hospitality Suite, and it is the movie The Big Kahuna. This is the one starring Kevin Spacey, Danny DeVito, and Peter Facinelli, where it's three marketing reps that go down to Wichita, Kansas to try and pitch who they call the Big Kahuna, this big guy in industrial who trades in industrial lubricants. And they're trying to pitch him and get him to take their account or whatever. And it's just pretty much all in one hospitality suite in a hotel in Kansas. And it's just fantastic from beginning to end. Funny and very, very serious at times.
That's another one I've never heard of.
No, I think I have to add it to my list, though. The Big Kahuna. And it's in 1999. That's the thing that's scary.
It came out a little after where Kevin Spacey started to get really big with Usual Suspects and Seven and all those ones that started to follow after. And that it was more of a festival movie, so it didn't get the wide release.
Yeah, but see, the thing that gets me is I get, 50s, 60s movies, what you've never heard of, but this is a 90s movie.
Yeah.
How does that happen? I just don't get it. Awesome. Well, good pick. And those are good lists. I was, when I first got the topic, is like, ooh, this might be tough. But Mike Nada says, I missed the whole show. How about 12 Angry Men? Yes, that definitely made an appearance. Number 8.
Yeah.
Nope, my number 9. So, yep, Mike, that one's definitely on there.
I got a couple quick honorable mentions.
Fire away.
2002 Chicago.
I've never watched it.
It's so good, and to me, like one of the surprises in it is John C. Reilly.
Well, see, and that was the weird thing. Pulling up the lists, there was a lot on there I'd heard of but never watched. So
he does a good job.
It's really good. 2005's The Producers.
Never saw that.
Matthew Broderick, Nathan Lane. It's hilarious. It's Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks turned his own his own film into a musical. Like it kept all the Mel Brooks humor and just added music or more music.
Yeah. Bug for damn sure was one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
And the 2015's Macbeth, done by Justin Kurzel, the guy who did Assassin's Creed. The movie he did before Assassin's Creed was his version of Macbeth. And you get that whole smoky atmosphere. I'm by no means a fan of the play Macbeth, but the movie is pretty gorgeous.
Jason, tonight you have to watch 2 films. You have to watch Bug, and then you have to watch Anastasia so you don't fall asleep itching. Just saying.
All right then.
And Rob, you have to order chicken wings and watch Killer Joe.
Damn it. Yes, I do. I'd order chicken wings anyway. That sounds really good now. Any more honorable mentions?
One more here. It's one I need to revisit again, but I do remember that it was hilarious. From 1992, it's called Noises Off.
I've heard of that.
I have too. I saw that on the list a lot.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but it is really, really funny. As I recall, I will be revisiting that one very soon.
I only had one honorable mention, but I can't actually add it because I never got to watch it. When I was going through the list, I found the name, and it's like, oh, I'm going to watch that before the show. I never did. The Boys in the Band. It's on Netflix right now.
I don't know that one.
Yep.
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it either.
Jim Parsons, the lead in it. And I thought I got to check this out, but I never, ever got a chance to before the show. So that's my only honorable mention that isn't really.
All right.
So, all right. Well, next week is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
You'll notice a poster right above my head. Holy hell. The writer, director and actor Ryan McMahon is going to be on the show. And
I still haven't finished that one.
And the topic of choice is the top 10 horror villains.
Ooh. Horror villains.
Yes. So this might be a Jason category because it will not necessarily be a film, might actually be a franchise.
Ooh.
Jason's love for adding franchises to the list.
Because it makes it hard, right? It's if the villain continues and he's good in the first one.
Exactly.
This one's gonna be tough though for me.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, this is gonna be a bit tough, but
Gotta go working on the list. Click.
I'll get through it, but this one I think is gonna be tough.
Awesome. And then James, make sure you finish. Holy hell, finish it.
Yes. Because my goal was to watch more than 5 minutes, which is how far Jason made it. So I watched like 7 minutes.
Pam says, "Oh, nice. Can't wait till next week." Yes. Okay.
All right,
guys. I guess that's it for another week at the Movie Madhouse. I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
And we will see you all next week.
Bye-bye.
Toodles. I said it.
Did everybody freeze?
No.
Oh, froze on my end.
Sorry. Toodles.
I say shut up! It's a man!